Almost 6 months after he was incarcerated in the Delhi liquor policy scam, Sanjay Singh has now been set out on bail in the Delhi liquor policy saga. Remember that Mr. Singh was one of the key leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party, in fact a Rajya Sabha MP from the Aam Aadmi Party who had been arraigned as an accused in the liquor policy scam case. Now, almost after 6 months, he was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. He has now been released on bail by the Supreme Court. The bail, however, comes to him after a non-opposition by the Enforcement Directorate, which basically means that the Enforcement Directorate conceded to his bail application, saying that they have no objection and do not want him in any further custody, as all of it has been extracted from him already. The Supreme Court also, a bench headed by Justice Sanjeev Khanna, very clearly and categorically noted that it is not going into the merits of this particular case because the Enforcement Directorate has conceded to him being granted a bail and no merits are to be discussed in this particular case. In fact, it cannot also be treated as a precedent for other accused or in any other case as well. Remember that Sanjay Singh had been facing allegations of receiving bribes in the liquor policy scam case. Over 2 crores of rupees of bribe has been received by Sanjay Singh, is what the Enforcement Directorate alleges. The fund was being used for the elections in the for Goa and it was being used for the Aam Aadmi Party campaigning, is what the Enforcement Directorate has suggested. However, another big development has taken place with the arrest of the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal in this particular case, and his case with regards to a challenge to his arrest is also to be heard by the Delhi High Court tomorrow. The Enforcement Directorate will have to file its reply by today itself, and the hearing in the case would continue tomorrow. But with regards to Mr. Sanjay Singh, his legal team is already making all efforts to get him out of the prison as soon as possible. But as soon as the formal orders of the Supreme Court are out, the formal judgment comes out, the team would then be knocking the doors of the trial court, which will be setting the conditions of his bail with regards to how much of a personal bail bond and if at all any surety is required, and the conditions with regards to what should be Mr. Singh's conduct outside of the prison would be set by the trial court. But that can only happen only after the Supreme Court's formal order out. These orders would be taken to the trial court would be setting these directions, and then after submission of those particular bail bonds or surety, if at all being demanded by the trial court, the orders will then be sent to the Tihar jail, and then only can Mr. Sanjay Singh be out from there. Now the politics in this case is continuing with the Aam Aadmi Party getting a shot in the arm, saying that the truth has prevailed and Mr. Sanjay Singh is somebody who is the first one to be coming out of the prison, and the more would follow from the Supreme Court and the other courts in the country. However, the Bharatiya Janata Party says that this is a clear example that the agencies are not vindictive and in fact are acting in a free and fair manner.